Hey guys, I'm Suzanne Peterson. I'm a Ruby ambassador and happy Monday. Today I'd like to make this little video about how I managed to sign 10 ambassadors in about 2 weeks and how I made the leaders board and qualified for leaders retreat as well. So it all kind of like started at the end of July when I told my husband that it looked like I wasn't going to go on the cruise. It looked like I wasn't going to be able to qualify. And when I remember when I told him that, thinking, it really hurt. I wanted to cry because I felt like I had failed. But guess what? I had this little voice in my head that said, Susan, you still have a full month. You can still do this. You can still earn the cruise. And I remember that 2 years ago, I earned the cruise in the very last minute, during the last 2 weeks of the contest. That's when, not the cruise, the leaders retreat, that's when I had qualified. So I started believing that I could do this. I really shifted my mindset and I wrote down my goal, guys, and a plan for it. So I grabbed a notebook and wrote down my goal, my big goal of qualifying for leaders retreat. And so I didn't just write it down. I also broke it down into steps. How many people did I need? How many customers? How many new joins? How much PV? And how many credits total? Guys, I was pretty far. And it took a lot of feeling motivated and passionate and excited and really believing that I was going to make this happen. And there was just a shift in my mindset. I started completely believing that I was going to earn this cruise and there was no way around it. I was going to qualify for it. I told Tiffany, watch me, this is going to happen. And by telling her that, I actually made myself accountable because I told her that and I knew that I told her that I was going to qualify, so there was no way around it. It was going to happen. So what did I do in order to make this happen? What did I do in order to sign 10 new level 1s in the first 2 weeks of August? Well, first, believing that this was going to happen really created some new excitement in the way I was feeling about all the things I was doing, why I was doing this business, what were my goals. Maybe I had lost track of where I was going along the way. So I reminded myself about my why. I spoke it out loud, I shared it with some people, and I wrote it down again. And guys, this is why your why has to be so big, that it really moves you inside and motivates you during the hard times. That's exactly what happened with me. When I spoke it out loud, it made me cry. And, it really motivated me again. And I think, it's important to revisit your why every now and then so you can be reminded of the reason why you are sharing, why you're doing this, what is it, how is it going to affect you in the future? What is it going to do for your family, right? So I shared my why and I really felt motivated again. I felt like I was passionate. I never lost, my passion for what I was doing, but for some reason, everything was so into a routine that I would wake up in the morning and lost my excitement. I was not excited anymore, but it all came back, guys, and it is just incredible and it feels amazing. So I shifted a few things, I did a few things different. Number one was my routine, with my kids going back to school, I wake up in the morning and instead of just grabbing my phone and scrolling through Facebook for the first 30 minutes of my day, I wake up and I do not look at my phone. I take care of my kids, get them ready for school, I drop them off at school, then I head to the gym, get my workout in, and by the time I come back, I'm ready to take a shower, have my breakfast, and get to work. So I get to work around like 10:30. When I say I get to work, I sit down at my desk and by my computer and I start working. But guys, I worked less. So I didn't work harder, I worked smarter, okay? I used to sit at my computer all day long and not really doing anything. There was a lot of just scrolling Facebook aimlessly without even realizing it. So the fact that I had a big goal and I wrote it down and I broke it down into steps, I had to be laser focused, that it was going to happen. I mean, I just had 1 month, and there were only like 1,200 spots for the cruise. So I thought, if this is going to happen, I gotta make it happen and quick. Okay, I don't want to earn the cruise on the last day of the month only to be told, well, sorry, the ship is full. So I went to work, and every time I sat down to start working, I was really laser focused. In order to do that, I had a little system going, and it's been very helpful. So I'm going to share it with you. So when I start working in the morning, I like to, number one, I make my post for the day. It doesn't have to be Plexus. It could be motivational post, a family post, a quote, or it could be a Plexus post for the day. So I make my post, and then I start working on my IPA. So I cut out all distractions, and I get my notebook with my list of people to contact, and I set my timer for 30 or 45 minutes. Usually I do for 45 minutes. I message as many people as I can, okay? Laser focus, guys. I'm not doing anything else but just that. When my timer goes off, then I go on to do follow-ups. So that means when I'm doing my IPA, I'm only sending out new messages, okay? If my messenger tells me that I have a new message or somebody responded to me, I usually don't look at it unless it's somebody who is ready to sign up, but I don't answer those messages right away. I'll wait until my follow-up time. So after the IPA, I do follow-ups for 45 minutes. Follow-up because I've been, with my IPA, I've been messaging new people every single day, but not just like 2 or 3. I've been messaging in the very minimum 10 new people every day, and I don't know how many at the most, but I have been, guys, going to work, and I'm not kidding. Like, if you want results, you've got to be talking to a lot of people. We say on average, 1 out of 10 people is going to be interested in what you have to offer. So if you want to have a lot of results quickly, you're going to have to be talking to a lot of people. So that's what I did. I started using that huge list of friends that I have never talked to. And this leads me to talk about the fitness challenges that I started doing in March. If you don't know what I'm talking about, talk to your sponsor, talk to your upline, and see if they can give you more details about this. But those fitness challenges have been very successful, and I've grown my friends list by like, 400 or 500 people. And so that's a lot of people to contact, guys, right? And I started back in February or March. So I have all these people to talk to that I still hadn't talked to about Plexus. Okay, so that's what I've been doing with my IPA and messaging new people. I send them a pretty basic message, I just say, hey, I try to say something about their Facebook. Hey, I love your engagement pictures. You looked amazing. I'm so happy for you and your fiance. So I know we're Facebook friends. My name is Suzanne Peterson. I'm from France. We're Facebook friends, but we don't really know each other. So I would like to introduce myself. I'm from France. I have 2 kids. I live in Savannah, Georgia. And then I'll say, I'm sure you've seen me post about the pink drink and supplements that I'm using. They've really helped me. With my health. I don't crave sugar anymore. I don't crave carbs. I sleep better. I have more energy. My thyroid is actually much better than it used to be. Maybe it would benefit you. If I sent you a video, would you watch it? And just leave it to that. And I've had a lot of responses. Actually, this is a message from Brooke Hemingway. That's what she uses. And then when people, I think it's somewhere in Pink Power. So when people respond, yeah, sure, I'll watch it. Then you send them that video. It's about the triplex. And then you ask them if they can relate to that. Guys, it's a super simple system and it works. So don't overcomplicate things. It's a good way, to get people interested. So after I've done my IPA, I do follow-ups. And after the follow-ups, I'll get to help my team, wherever they need me. And then after that, I'll move on to making another post. And then after that, I start the cycle again. So I'll start doing my IPA again with like new messages, follow-ups, and so on. And then so I have from 10:30 until 2:30. 2:30 is when I have to leave my house to pick up my kids. So 4 hours of course, every now and then I have to do like stuff in the house, cleaning, cooking. But during that time, guys, beginning of August, nothing else count it. You know, I mean, I did like house chores in the afternoon or like in the weekend, you know, at some other times. But like in the morning when my kids were in school, I really focused on working. Not harder, but smarter. I was tired of just, you know, being on the computer and not really doing anything. And then thinking, well, how is it already noon and I haven't done anything, haven't accomplished anything? So having a system with a timer is very, very helpful. I have my hours and it's helping me. I feel like I'm more organized. I have a list of the things I need to be doing, and so that really, really helps. Another thing that I did was the sip and see, guys. I did a sip and see and it was incredible. I had a lot of people come. I invited all my neighbors. So that means I had to go to their house, ring the doorbell and talk to them. So that was a little bit scary, but guess what? If you don't get out of your comfort zone, you're not going to grow. So I grabbed the catalog, I put my business card on it, and I rang their doorbell because I have never talked to them about Plexus. They didn't know I was doing that. So I rang the doorbell and I said, hey, how are you? I'd like to invite you to my house on Saturday. I'm having a few friends over and we're going to be talking about like some health supplements that we're using and sharing how the products have really helped change our life. And I'd love for you to come over and see how you could benefit from them too. And don't worry, you don't have to buy anything. You don't even have to bring your purse, but just come over and, you know, listen to us, share our story and sample some of the products. You're gonna love it. And then I gave them the catalog and they all came over. So that was great. And most of them joined. So that was fun. But those are my tips, guys. The biggest thing was really believing that I was going to make this happen, believing that I was capable of doing this, that I'm a rock star and I know what I can do, okay? Don't be afraid. Stop worrying about what other people think of you, okay? Like Rachel Hollis says, it's none of your business. Just do your thing. You know the reason why Plexus fell into your lap. And those who are judging you out there just do not understand the amazingness of what we have going on here, okay? Don't worry about those people. Just do your thing. Go out there and share. Go change some lives. Go make a difference in the world, because with Plexus you really can. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.